Now my main concern at the present time is not to go down where that orange fence is, down the normal footpath where you would normally have gone to traverse the hill, which you can't now because it's been completely blocked off by a landslide. Rather, I'm going to go across and through this way to what's caused the landslide. It's a bit muddy. I'll try and be as steady as I can with the camera, but I'm leaving it running so you can see properly what's gone on here. I mean, the hill itself is in a very desperate state. This gravel looks like it's been thrown here. Looking up through there, you can see a lot of that has slipped and slid. A lot of water here. Now this water normally wouldn't be here because this hill it's ancient woodland. It's had good drainage. There's been another slight slide here I can see since yesterday. Anyway, I'm going through. Alright, I'm in the main area where the landslip has occurred, and I will video myself going back out of here because the camera didn't work coming in. But you can see what they did here was they took away a load of trees, basically to afford the caravans they've erected this view. And as a consequence, everything is slid. We'll have a look at the caravans in a minute, but this is the kind of destruction that's been wrought through here. I had a hell of a job getting in, that's where I've come from, because the land's been slipping overnight, even since I was here 2 days ago. There was some rain last night and it's caused more slippage. It's constantly moving this. Now this is one of the best beauty spots on the south coast of England, and this is the sort of thing that's happened to it. I'll just move through. You have to bear in mind that it's very wet here, very slippy. You can see, I'm not going to do any fancy panning or zooming, I'm just going to let you see it as it is, as I see it. Right, I'm getting up and behind now. These are the caravans. I don't know who these caravans belong to, what they're doing here, why they're here. But you can see now, this is the view they would have had. You can see why they've chopped away the trees. This was so they could give themselves a nice little view of one of the best places in England. And that's not my quote, that's what everybody says when they come here and see it. Now I'm going to go up to try and have a closer look at these caravans. You can see that they're trying to shore up the footings, the oversight, excuse me, because there is actually no footings on this oversight. They're trying to shore it up with scaffold to stop the caravans from keeling over. Let's try and get out of the sun, excuse me for a moment, just to let you see the kind of devastation. I mean, it's just unbelievable, unbelievable. What a mess. I mean, what can you say about this? It's, you know, the road is just hanging on nothing. There was nothing there. They built it on soil. They actually built the road on soil. You can see how the water would have just run straight down that road up there. I'm sorry about the sunlight. There's not much I can do about that. I'll see if I can get out of it. I really can't. The water would have just run straight down this road they've built up there, which finishes there, and straight into this trench which they'd had here where they've dug it up for the caravans. That hasn't all slipped down. They were going up of the road right across the front of here. And these are the caravans. Who do these caravans actually belong to? And what are they doing here? And why are they chopping away so much of the woodland in order to afford these people views. It's just nothing short of disgraceful. Now I'm going to leave the camera running while I try and get back down a ways. If I slip, forgive me. This is the sort of devastation. Look at this. And this actually began last summer. There was a smaller slip last year to do with them digging it away. But this now has become a major event, as you can clearly see, and we will go down the footpath, but let's concentrate on getting out and getting back to the main footpath. I'm on my way there now. It's very boggy. Actually quite dangerous, but it's got to be done. Now, which way did I go? I think we can go around that way. No, we can't. Okay, let's go this way. Sorry, it's difficult to get in and out of here. That's it. Right, I'll go back through here. This is hard work, so forgive me. Caught on branches. I've got cut in exactly the same place on my leg as I did 2 days ago, by the same bit of thorn as well. Right, I'm going through. I mean, look at that. These are old trees. These are ancient. This is an old woodland. And it's utterly ruined. Right, I'm back up and out of there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to continue down the path and let you try and see the extent of the damage further down the hill. So this would be, you know, you imagine a nice beautiful summer day. This is what you're coming down to. And believe me, this is beautiful. Bluebells in May, you know, all manner of plants all the way through. Now, there was a slight appearance of a slip last year in around about this area, but this is far worse. I want to traverse it. You can see it's completely ruined the footpath. I'm actually not meant to be on here now, according to their notice. They don't want people to see what's happened. And when I say there, I'm referring particularly to the officials in the council and the ones taking the backhanders for allowing that caravan development to go on. Now this here is a sacred spot for a lot of people. And look at it. And that tree now is dangerous over the seat. I mean, this is an old woodland. Now you get as far as, sorry, a little bit further here. You can't go further down the steps. I'm going to take the detour. I mean, that's just impossible now. There you go. I'm through. Very quickly. It's actually quite slippy underfoot, so forgive me for that. Right. Now this is the way that people have got to come now. For the people who walk, I mean, I've done 14,500 miles of walking on this walk from here to Fairlight, Hastings to Fairlight and back, since 1987. 3 times a week, 7 months a year, 7 miles each time. So I'm actually probably not giving myself credit for as many as I have done. And you can see, I mean, look at that. That is, and the trees, they're dead. Look at the state of that. Look at the thickness of that wedge of mud there. And that would have been the footpath. Anyway, I'm going to try and rejoin it. People have put a few bits and pieces down because, as I try to indicate, the dedicated people are not going to let this stop them. Look at that, all these beautiful trees. They should have these people in court, and they should be made to pay with every penny, everything they own. They should be completely stripped of any rights, of any ownership of anything, the housing, the cars, the lot, the whole thing, because they don't deserve any better. Look at the state of this, look. It's all the way down the woodland. This is what greed, this is the result of greed. Greedy people ignoring the law, doing things as they want to suit them. Now look, I've only got light plimsolls on, so I'm not going to go any further. I'm going to call it a day here. I've got other things that I want to get involved with at another point, and I don't really want to get wet. I'll come here another day. You can see how, just raising the camera and looking up, you can see how affected the entire hill is. Everything is down. Everything. It's just unbelievable. I can't actually believe it. I really can't believe it. It's just incredible. I mean, look at that. That's a sea of mud. Anyway.